Every 2 weeks, millions of Americans experience the exact same cycle. A paycheck arrives, bills get paid, rent disappears, credit card balances shrink slightly, groceries, subscriptions, gas, insurance. And within days, most of the money is gone. Then the countdown begins again, waiting for the next paycheck. Not because they're irresponsible, not because they're lazy, but because modern life has quietly become incredibly expensive. And for many people, living paycheck to paycheck has become normal. At first glance, this doesn't make sense. America is one of the wealthiest countries in the world. People earn higher incomes than many other nations. Technology has advanced. Opportunities are everywhere. Yet, despite all of this, millions still feel financially trapped. Why? Because income alone doesn't determine financial security. Expenses matter, habits matter, and perhaps most importantly, the system itself matters. For decades, the American dream followed a simple formula: get an education, find a stable job, work hard, buy a home, build a comfortable life. And for many people in previous generations, that formula actually worked. But today, the math feels very different. Housing prices have exploded. Healthcare costs continue rising. Education has become dramatically more expensive, and everyday essentials cost more than they used to. As a result, even decent salaries often feel stretched thin. But rising costs are only part of the story. Lifestyle inflation plays a major role too. This happens when people increase their spending every time their income increases. A raise leads to a nicer apartment, a better car, more subscriptions, more dining out, more convenience spending. And slowly, higher income creates a higher lifestyle instead of greater financial freedom. The problem is that many expenses become permanent, and once people adjust to a certain standard of living, it becomes emotionally difficult to reduce it. Social media has made this even worse. People are constantly exposed to luxury lifestyles online: expensive vacations, designer clothes, beautiful apartments, luxury cars, perfect-looking lives. And over time, many begin spending money to keep up with an image, not necessarily because they can afford it, but because modern culture constantly encourages consumption. Buy more, upgrade more, spend more. Very few systems encourage restraint or delayed gratification. Then there's debt, one of the most powerful forces keeping people trapped financially. Credit cards make spending feel painless. Buy now, pay later, monthly payments, easy financing. And while debt can be useful when managed carefully, for many people, it slowly becomes a financial prison. Because once large portions of income go toward debt payments, there's less money available for saving or investing, which means people remain dependent on every paycheck. And perhaps the biggest problem is this: most people were never taught how money actually works. Schools teach math, history, science, but very few teach personal finance. Very few explain investing, budgeting, compound interest, wealth building, or how to escape the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. So many people enter adulthood earning money without understanding how to manage it. And without financial knowledge, higher income alone rarely creates lasting wealth. Now, to be fair, not everyone living paycheck to paycheck is making bad decisions. For some people, the financial pressure is very real. Wages haven't always kept pace with inflation. Unexpected emergencies happen. Medical bills appear. Job loss happens. Families struggle. Life becomes expensive quickly. And sometimes, people are simply trying to survive. That reality shouldn't be ignored. But there's another uncomfortable truth, too. Many people focus heavily on increasing income while completely ignoring spending behavior. And behavior matters. Someone earning $50,000 with strong financial habits can sometimes build more wealth than someone earning $150,000 with poor habits. Because wealth isn't just about how much money comes in, it's about how much stays and how effectively it grows over time. This is why financially successful people often think differently. Instead of using every dollar to increase lifestyle, they use part of their income to buy assets, investments, businesses, index funds, things that can generate future income. Because eventually, the goal is to stop depending entirely on active work for survival. The goal is to create breathing room, options, freedom. But modern society often pushes people in the opposite direction. Everything is designed to capture attention and encourage spending. Convenience is addictive, impulse purchases are easy, and consumer culture constantly tells people that happiness can be bought. But the problem with lifestyle-based happiness is that it usually requires continuous spending, and continuous spending often creates continuous financial pressure. So why do Americans live paycheck to paycheck? Because modern life is expensive, because consumer culture encourages overspending, because debt quietly drains income, because many people were never taught financial literacy, and because higher income without financial discipline rarely creates lasting wealth. But perhaps most importantly, people become trapped when they stop thinking long-term, because escaping the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle usually doesn't happen overnight. It happens slowly, through better habits, smarter decisions, consistent investing, lower unnecessary spending, and learning how money actually works. The truth is, financial freedom rarely begins with a massive breakthrough. It usually begins with awareness. Awareness of where money goes, awareness of what truly matters, and awareness that wealth isn't about looking rich, it's about having control over your future. Because at the end of the day, the real danger of living paycheck to paycheck isn't just financial stress, it's dependence. Dependence on the next paycheck, the next raise, the next month going perfectly. And the people who eventually escape that cycle are usually the ones who stop asking, "How much can I spend?" and start asking,